Okay, I just heard something. The Ray Davis murder that they're trying to say was the Zodiac killer that did it. It was in April of '62. Couldn't have been Frank and the Anglins. They were in Alcatraz a few months before they escaped. But the similarities are striking. You know, this guy, whoever murdered Ray Davis, sent, I think, letters to the police and made a phone call to the police before the fact. That's something Frank would never have done. He would never have chanced something like that they might trace him and catch him before he even did the murder. He threatened a couple of murders one time, but he never even came close to doing them. Was probably in Mexico City when the police were already trying to defend everybody that they thought he was going to attack. This guy did the same thing, said he was going to kill a bus driver or whatever. I don't think he did it, but I'm sure that Frank watched, the news, him and the rest of the murderers at Alcatraz, and watched the news to see who murdered who and whatever kind of thing they could get turned on about. And they saw this guy do this murder because they were there at Alcatraz in San Francisco, and I think that's where the murder happened. And all these details, because the guy he shot the cab driver from the back seat, killed him, took his cab and drove 1.5 miles and dumped the cab. But somewhere in there, he ended up taking the body. I don't know if he had another car or whatever, but he took the body to the mayor's house and dumped it in his driveway. I mean, that's the kind of thing Frank would do, and that's where he got the idea for promoting himself, because I remember him telling me, after he told me about the Stein murder, he told me, somebody else did it, and I go, okay, so you didn't do it, somebody else. No, I mean, well, I didn't do it, I didn't kill anybody, but I mean, somebody else did it. Well, somebody else did something like it, or and that was all the details he would give me. Now I know what he was talking about. He was talking about he saw the Ray Davis murder, and that's what he kind of copied with the Paul Stein murder. And it was still another year or two before he really started making his murders public. But he had all this information that he was fueled with from the Ray Davis murder. Don't know who did it, but it wasn't the Zodiac killer. It wasn't Frank. But he used that information to put together the propaganda to promote himself for later murders that they would do. Just imagine somebody that's got the gall to kill someone and dump their body in the mayor's driveway. That's why he did some things where he copied the font off of a address of the attorney that was on television. When some guy got on there and said, "I'm the Zodiac killer," and he was lying about it because Frank told me it wasn't him. And another one that he didn't do was that one where the guy took the tire off this girl's car and got in the car with her, rode around with her for an hour or so, and Frank said he would never do anything like that. I think Frank was kind of scared of cars. This is why the Ray Davis thing also doesn't fit Frank, because as all the years I've known Frank, I've never seen him drive. He always had one of the Anglins, and usually John driving the car. I think Frank was scared to drive. He was scared to fly and to be in an airplane. That's part of why he pulled off that D.B. Cooper thing, because he was trying to prove to himself that he wasn't afraid, even though he was. He got good and drunk before he did it. But that's the end of the story for now.